I'm so bad at meditating, so why am I going to make a channel for you about how to use photography as meditating? Because I'm so bad at meditating. Can you hear that? They're out there leaf blowing. I really want to meditate right now. The closest I've ever come to getting any good with meditating at all is because of Pema Chodron. She is a Buddhist monk. She has a very prolific book career outside of just her work as a monk in the Shambhala Buddhism field. I don't know what you call it. And I would say that she's the closest I've ever come to being not so bad at meditating. But, you know, meditating is just like you're supposed to clear your mind and breathe in and breathe out. And that's a basic bodily function. But what they're trying to get at is, can you try to stay here and not think about your past and not think about your future? That's why I came up with this idea about why not make photography about that, because I could do that, right? I have to tell you, one of the benefits of doing meditation is you're supposed to be calm and chill. And I would, if I could go back in time and change massive world events or just eliminate leaf blowers, I'd eliminate leaf blowers. So it's a funny moment in my life where I'm going to talk to you about why meditation is important. And I'm like, leaf blowers. So yeah, so I'm bad at meditation. Okay, but what do? I know it's important. I know it's helpful. So I try and I try and I try and I try again. But what's meditation? Here's where we're going into what I think this photography is meditation thing's about. What is meditation? It's focusing the mind on the present moment. Look at this camera. Look at this camera. Look at all the dials and knobs and things you got to twist and turn to get a photo out of this thing. Yeah, you could set it on auto too, but pretend you're with me on this. That helps me focus on the present moment. Meditation is about, hopefully the side effect of it is that it reduces some stress. You can build awareness of your thoughts and feelings. You can create a sense of inner peace. That's the kind of stuff you're supposed to do with meditation. You can try to let go of overthinking. Now, I think God's trying to get me. The number one person I'm trying to reach with this video are people who say things like, I should meditate, or I know I should meditate. Should means won't. You are not doing it. The same reason why I wouldn't do it, because it's not easy to meditate. That's the whole point of this video. So one of the reasons that photography works as a meditation tool is that we have to be present with our equipment. We have to hold on to this. We have to do what we're doing with this. Ignore my lunch bowl over there. And the reason I'm picking photography is because unless that's your actual day job, it doesn't matter the output. So I'm freeing you from what the output goes. You could just push the shutter button as many times as you want. It doesn't matter what comes out the other side. But we can then use that as a play space for our brain and our thoughts and our feelings, and it gives you a chance to not have to put stakes against something. There's no points scored in meditation, and if you're just taking photos for your own love of the act of it, then there's no points there either. So let's talk about it. Let's go right through it. Let's see what we can do when we start observing outside of us and how that feeds into meditation. Now, just like meditation, you don't have to go somewhere really specific to do photography. You can do wherever you are. I'm in the hallway at my place. Look at this bright orange door. I could shoot that, or wall, sorry. I could shoot that with my camera and get a picture out of it. Ready? Ready? Did it, shot it. It's not gonna be the most amazing photo in the world, but you know what I could think about? The nature of color. What does color make us feel, and why do we feel it? That's a thing. But you know what I'm not thinking about when I'm taking that photo? Other stuff on my mind, like work. So as I'm recording this to you, it is December, and for reasons I don't fully understand, in this kind of grass here, this brush that covers up this area, there's this one little flower. Just one guy. It's windy, and I have a feeling it's gonna be windy on this video, so I might not do much of it out here. The idea of shooting this flower is just because it's December. This is one last flower just holding on, saying, I'm just here being a flower still. And you don't have to be especially woo-woo for the meditation. I just noticed there's this one flower against this brick, and it just made me think about that for a minute and not pick up my phone. That's the idea. We're meditating by not picking up our phone. I'm back inside because holy cow, that sun was so intense out there. The whole idea of doing this is that I'm talking through the concept this one time. You can come back to this anytime you want, but it's just basically why and how are we doing photography as a form of meditation? Well, I guess the first thing we should say is maybe it's because regular old meditation doesn't work. I have these beautiful mala beads that my mom made me, and you go through them, there's 108 of them, you just breathe in, breathe out, and when you go through the beads, you go to the second one, and you breathe in, and you breathe out. That's meditation, right? Well, it's great, except that it sure makes my mind wander, probably because I need to get better at meditation. But another way to meditate for me, take a photo, get this baby going, get my eye looking at something, focus on that instead of what else. It allows me to observe details in a moment, like that flower I showed you, right? It also makes me, quiet the mind because I'm just focusing on what's right in front of me right now. It's about now, not later, now, not before, right? It also lets me take normal, ordinary moments and try to make them into an experience. Like, I am here because I'm taking a photo. I am here because I want to see something that I haven't seen before. I'm here because I am choosing this over other things I could do with my time. And that's important too, right? I also can then reflect and be grateful. I'll show you if I have it right handy. I feel like I don't. I take photos of other people. Well, I'll show you my parents. That's an easy one to do. And I print them. And in printing some photos, not a lot, but in printing some photos, I get to reflect on the people that I have taken photos of, or some of the places that I've been. And that allows me another avenue of kind of benefit from having done this. Let's say you've bought in. Let's say you go, yep, okay, fine, I get it. I get what you want me to do. How do I do it? Let's go through some easy first steps. One easy one, take a short walk somewhere. You don't have to have a camera yet. Just take your phone if you want. Just take a short walk and say, I am going to use this as a camera for this short walk. I'm not going to check text. I'm not going to jump on social networks. I'm not going to see if the boss emailed me. Get that all handled out of the way. 10, 20 minutes. You don't have to go, 10 miles. Let's just make it short, right? Focus on one subject. Let's just do one. And I'm going to have a whole separate video just on like some of the ways we could do these photo walks, but let's just pick one. Let's say you decide you're going to do modes of transportation. I have a shot that I took in New York City that had an ambulance, a girl on a bike, a horse-drawn carriage, and some people on scooters all in one shot. That's focusing on something. It's transportation, right? Give yourself a goal. Here's an easy goal for our first trip out. 20. Let's do 20. Let's not do 10. Let's do 20. 20 shots. Go take 20 pictures. They can be blurry. They can be misses. You can make all kinds of mistakes. Just take 20. In fact, you get extra points if you come back with some mistakes. The other is practice a little breathing before you take your shot. Don't just go douche, 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 douche and hit 20. Go take a shot, right? Do it. Practice some breathing. And then when you get back, take a look at these photos with a little curiosity, not criticism. And if you feel really up to it, you could share them with me. My email all the time, chris@chrisbrogan.com. Drop me a line anytime. And we're going to talk in a future episode about getting a particular camera just for this so that you actually leave the phone in the pocket. It's going to be another whole level of meditation, but we don't have to start there. Let's start where we start. Now I'm eating some cocoa almonds. They're almonds dusted in cocoa and probably a little sugar. Let's go shoot some photos and meditate. Let's see if we can meditate in a different way than the way that we were not doing so well at. Let's give it a shot. Let's go take some photos.